Let me guess, you try to focus on one thing, and the second you commit to it, you start fantasizing about that other thing. So obviously you guilt trip yourself for being inconsistent, so you double down, and now the thing you used to love feels like a job you hate. But maybe, just maybe, have you considered that this is not a discipline problem? Maybe that's just the wrong model for you. Welcome back to the Tough Love Diaries, where I don't give a fuck about what you want to hear, but tell you exactly what you need to hear to get your shit together just a little bit more than before you watch this video. Okay, in part one, we're gonna explore why the one thing breaks multi-passionate brains. And I'm not here to romanticize chaos, okay? I'm just here to show you that focus looks different for multi-passionate people so you can stop hating yourself. How can you blame yourself for having such high expectations? Because everyone is like, pick one thing, focus on one thing only, niche down, like just do one thing, laser focus, lock in. Okay, and for some people, sure, that works. But for people like us with obsessive curiosity, let's put it this way, big skills, big range, and just a brain that thrives on variety, that's literally a one-way ticket to burnout. First problem, hustle culture is for neurotypical people. On social media, all you'll see is pick a path, pick a skill, master it, repeat forever, become rich. Bold of you to assume this is not gonna lead me to end it all. The problem is that you can't apply this generic advice to everyone. Some of us have brains that are literally, physically, scientifically wired differently and cannot stay lit by one single focus. Or we do for 2 weeks. Don't make me pull out the air dry clay bin from under my desk, okay?
I need your help. You need to kill me.
People who are multipotentialites or neurospicy tend to fall into this loop of obsession, burnout, shame, and quitting. Yeah, that sounds familiar. You go all in until you crash, and when the crash comes, you will start to resent that very thing you used to love. So the plot twist here is that what people call your problem is actually your fuel. You heard that right. People assume novelty is a distraction, but it's actually how we stay engaged. People only call us scattered because they don't understand the way we work. If you were totally obsessed with one thing and not interested in anything else, naturally satisfied by repetition and just able to lock in on one thing without emotional chaos, then yeah, sure. Niching down would actually be the faster way for you to reach financial freedom or whatever it is you're after. But let me guess, you're not that fucking person. And yet you're trying to force yourself to be. You're not failing the system. The system was never designed for you. That's why giving yourself different outlets, different things to cycle through will prevent you from entering that obsession loop and just locking in on something that's eventually gonna burn you out. So what do we do instead? Well, we create guardrails to keep your beautiful chaos focused, not caged. Your energy doesn't need to be narrowed, okay? She actually needs to be managed better across different outlets. The same way the most productive, creative people often shift between projects to keep refreshing the perspective and keep their cognitive pathways lit up, you need to create a rotating flow. And don't let anyone tell you that rotating project is a lack of focus. It's actually a creative strategy. Your brain gets to rest one muscle while it's flexing another. That's literally gym 101, gym of the brain. You can be consistent in your mission, even if you're diverse in your output. So let me explain. So as we know, in the main linear lie that we've been sold, we need to focus on our one single thing night and day without even thinking about something else for a second. But how are we going to adapt that thing to our cooler brain? First, we're going to decide what our mission is, because that's the closest thing you'll get to your one thing. For me, it's creating content for this channel, okay? Once you have that, your most important thing, your North Star, you need to decide what moving the needle looks like in a week. For me, it looks like filming a video and editing it, creating my thumbnail and description, then making a couple of shorts out of it if it's relevant that week, and then scripting my script for next week. So I can just rinse and repeat the following week. That's how I keep the needle moving towards my mission. I don't have a specific day or specific time slots dedicated to doing all of that. I usually chip away at it a little bit every single day, but you know, some days I work from home, some days I'm a little bit more busy on my 9 to 5, so I just make it work for me. And if I end up doing it crying on a Sunday at 3 a.m., well, that's on me. Now, here's the caveat. Society wants you to believe that this is all I should be doing. And if I have more time, well, I should be filming more videos. I should be scripting more videos. I should learning more about YouTube. I should, you know what I mean? This is only what I should do, because if not, I'm not gonna be successful. Well, guess what? If I did this channel will be dead and gone within a month. Don't get me wrong, until I am done with this one thing list, until all those boxes have been checked, I am not allowed to side-eye a different project, to even breathe in the direction of anything else. But the second I'm done, baby, it's on. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can handmade glow-in-the-dark dildos if I want to. I can watch a 9-hour tutorial on how to start breakdancing. I can make homemade body butter. I can film a day in the life for my 9 TikTok followers. But, and here is the biggest but, and the only way we're gonna make this work. The key is to treat none of that like a business. And I'm not saying it might not happen. If my friends start placing orders for my dildos, like, who am I to say no? Okay. But this is not a business. I am not optimizing it to be a business. I'm not thinking about it like a business. If it ever happens, I can pivot, sure, but not now. I am not trying to sell my dildos. I am not trying to become a professional breakdancer. I am not trying to sell my body butters, and I am not trying to get monetized on TikTok. And that's the part you have to be super honest with yourself to not self-sabotage. This is where us multi-passionate people, neurospicy people commit a crime on ourselves. We have too many ideas, we see so many good opportunities, we're good at too many things. Then we start getting swallowed by the 36 project we're trying to manage, we half-ass everything and nothing feels fun anymore. And because we're ambitious, we do not know how to have a hobby without trying to monetize it. If something doesn't scale or doesn't bring in money, we just feel guilty doing it. And then we wonder why nothing feels fun and we're just so burned out. Stay in your motherfucking lane. So how do we structure the chaos? So the key here is to understand that to fuel your mission, you're allowed to have your expression and your passion. What they do is feed your mission. They're literal fuel. Yum yums, motherfucker. That's what keeps it alive. That's what keeps the lights on, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. If you take away all of that, okay, she ugly, and you expect me to spend my life devoting my energy, what an ugly color, to doing this relentlessly day and night, you are delusional. You have never been so wrong in your entire life. This will never, ever happen. Crimes will be committed. People will also be committed to mental hospitals, but it's just not happening. Like, stop trying to make this happen.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Your expression and your passion are separate from your mission. They're just the dopamine juice that you have to drink every single day to make sure the mission stays afloat. You have to think rotating energy, not constant chaos. And the best part is because your expression and your passion are not businesses. They are not. You don't need to be consistent. They don't need to be fed regularly. They can be left to die and decay for months at a time until it sounds fun again, until you need a little bit of that dopamine straight into the veins. You can hyper-focus again for 5 days on learning how to break dance, then return to your mission fully energized. And will my YouTube channel grow slower this way? Maybe. but will stay alive for years and grow bigger in the end because I built a system that does not drain me. Yes. I always go back to it. I just need to, cleanse my palate here and there, a little refresher, if you will. A new hyperfixation hobby for a day and a half, starting a TikTok account while I'm in the bathroom and deleting it by the time I'm dumping. Love it. It's called mental health, so look it up. So this might be the opposite of your classic locking YouTuber advice, but you do have to locking a little bit, I guess. It's just give yourself permission to unlock and then lock back in. Cut yourself some slack. Fuck around a little and maybe actually find out. People whose brains are wired differently might not understand that for us, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon, okay? And we don't necessarily need to pick just one lane to go there. We just need to pick a finish line and keep heading that way no matter what. The strategy that works for you is the one you can sustain, not the one that looks the fastest on paper. Stop fighting yourself and the way your beautiful brain is wired. Wishing away that you could lock in like your favorite influencers is telling you to is just not it. This will only lead you to guilt, shame, resentment, and depresso espresso. Your creativity doesn't fit in a spreadsheet and people hate us because they ain't us. Okay, your takeaway for today, you have a main mission. That's where you're headed, no matter what. Your core work gets done first and foremost. We're not treating any of the side projects like full-blown businesses.
Promise me.
You are wired for range. The goal is not to eliminate this chaos. It's to structure it, to give it lanes to flourish. To design a strategy you can actually sustain, to use it and harness it as fuel to get you where you want to be. Okay, that's all for today. If it was helpful, even just 1%, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you next week.